Alright, so we're going to talk about camping, right? Camping. Everybody does it. You do it. I do it. The killing the team hide in the bush the entire time. He obviously does it. Do you think it really helps out as much as, say, actually running around and playing the game?
I don't know. It's really half and half, personally. I mean, it's a great tactic to use, but don't overuse it. You know, like I wouldn't suggest sitting in a bush the entire game while the rest of your team like runs out and fights the battle themselves. I mean, like running and crouching and being careful about everything. That's wonderful. I mean, but
Definitely,
like I
definitely. But
said,
do you think kids often confuse playing tactically as camping? Just because I didn't run into your spawn at the beginning of the game and get killed, you know, does that mean that I'm playing the right way just because I got killed at the beginning of the game? Maybe I play a little bit better. Well, not better. Let's say I play carefully. Okay, I check my corners and I crouch down the entire time. Is that camping?
no, I think that's labeled as being really tactical about everything and being careful and just making sure that you survive as long as possible and do as well as you can and help your team.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you're the last one alive and you can win the game for your team, I mean, the other team obviously is going to be upset that you just beat them, right? And they're going to make up any excuses they can to say, "Wow, yeah, we just lost, but it was your fault because you were camping because you know you knifed me for the last kill."
Right. That's the other team's. That's their problem, really. I mean, it's. I think playing smart is better than just getting all hot-headed over everything and rushing out and dying and letting your team down. Playing tactically and smart gets you where you want to be, gets you the win, and makes you feel good about yourself.
Definitely, definitely. So, what kind of what kind of tactics do you employ when you're playing tactically? You check your corners, obviously. You wait in a couple different spots. It's obviously seen as camping when you stay in one spot for more than 2 seconds. So is that how you play? You just kind of creep around a little while, take your kills when you can get them. And if you really can't get a kill immediately, you just chill out and wait.
No, personally, what I do is, I'll wait in a second. I'll wait in a second. I'll wait in one spot, and hopefully maybe someone walks by, and I'll kill them. And, I'll be careful about
Well,
it
what
and
if you
think,
don't
okay,
get a
well,
kill? What if you're chilling in your spot and nobody walks by? You're gonna move? You're just gonna wait there until somebody walks by?
I personally move. I mean, what's the point of waiting there for the entire game and maybe getting, what, 5 kills out of an entire, 10-minute game? I mean, that's kind of a waste. I mean, I'd move after a few seconds. I mean, if I'm not obviously, if there's nobody around me and I'm obviously hearing grenades and gunfire from another part of the map, I'm going to move because it wastes my time and I could be helping the team by going to another spot and, battling there.
Definitely. I agree with you with what you're saying. Me personally, I'm a rusher. I equip myself with marathon and lightweight, and I run around like crazy. I think if you're good at it, it's a really cool way to play the game. It makes the action a little more faster paced. But of course, you do run into the certain games where you're just getting blindsided every time. You're running around, you breach this one corner, and there's a guy behind you. Well, you didn't really see that because you're running too fast. But me personally, I think it's a fun way to play the game.
It is. It is. It's entertaining, and it makes you, really think about, like, okay, I gotta watch behind me, I gotta watch my sides, I gotta constantly check on, like, where I'm at in the map, and see if I'm in a location where a lot of people like to go, or if it's a location where people usually don't travel. And, I mean, running around is great. I mean, it does help, it does
Do you think
benefit, it
that
does it
running
for
around
you.
is purely like what game you're playing? You're obviously not going to be running around really fast in S&D on defense because that's not really the point. But do you think maybe in Capture the Flag you're going to see more people being a rushing class and running around?
Yeah, of course. I mean, rushing, will obviously intimidate the other team, and might even make them back off. Might even make them think about, okay, maybe we should stay on defense and chill back, or maybe it'll make them split up and try taking different routes to whatever they're doing or whatever they want to do. They're trying to kill you. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think when you're a rusher, that it adds an element to the game that most people don't get to play because most people, let's be honest, in public games, you have maybe 40% that are your rushers, and then you have the greater percent of people who try to chill back and play defense, right?
Right.
All right, so let's talk about perks, okay? There's always some kid who complains about what perk you have, and I personally think the most complained about perk is steady aim. Steady aim is synonymous with, wow, can you spray some more bullets? But as long as you're getting the job done, does it really
uh,
matter whether you're spraying?
No, honestly, I mean, it's steady aim is, I guess, in a way, the way I look at it is, it's an extra benefit to if you don't have time to aim down the sight, if someone's charging at you like a madman. I mean, and you're obviously gonna have to kill them. I mean, you don't want to die, or at least I would hope you don't want to die. So, I mean, obviously you're gonna shoot like a madman, and steady aim, you don't waste many bullets, and you do end up killing them because it focuses more of your rounds in one general direction.
Definitely, I use steady aim in a couple classes. Definitely rushing classes, I think, are better with steady aim because you run, you really don't have time to aim down your sight. So it's a lot easier to be more accurate with your spraying with a steady aim.
Right.
I think
But
another
I mean,
perk
I
that,
think the perk personally that everybody complains about all the time is
yeah,
Commando Pro.
definitely, definitely. Your 10-foot Halo beam sword lunge in Call of Duty. You just get kind of
I
confused
know.
when you see this guy lunging through your ACR. You're sitting there lighting him up, and he just knifes you. I think in a game where you have a primary weapon and a secondary weapon, I think a knife is kind of antiquated, honestly. You're supposed to use your primary and secondary weapon, and I honestly think it's a little bit, dishonorable to use a knife. You're in somebody's face, you have a gun in your hand, but yet let me pull out a knife instead.
Yeah, I guess that the saying "never bring a knife to a gunfight" doesn't apply here, does it?
Definitely, definitely not, because I've been knifed a fair few times.
Yeah, me as well. I mean, I honestly can't understand. I can't, it just boggles my mind on how many people choose to use, a little like 2-inch army knife that you could probably, get at a surplus store. Hell, you could probably get it at Toys R Us if you wanted to, over, a well-adapted assault rifle that, obviously fires ammunition and probably big
Obviously,
caliber at that.
throwing
And it
knives
just,
though, I think that's pretty cool. It adds an element that really hasn't been in first-person shooters for a while. I mean, it's not in COD 4. It wasn't in any other Call of Duty games. It's not in Halo. It's not in Gears.
not
Not
even
to say
in,
Gears is the
what,
first
Red
person.
Faction, right?
Was it? I never played it. But I know
Neither did
that
I.
with the games that I've played, I've never seen a throwing knife, and I think that was a kind of cool idea. But
It's
once
great.
again, that kind of adds to the whole thing of I have a gun, it shoots projectiles. Do I really need another knife?
Well, no, like the way I look at it is, I mean, a lot of the times when I get killed by throwing knives, I mean, yeah, I'll give props to the guy on the other team who's, running around, he's supporting his team, he's shooting people, and like every once in a while, I mean, you'll think, okay, he's gonna shoot me, but no, he throws a little knife and it kills me, and I mean, I congratulate him. But I don't like the
I don't
people
know.
who,
I think it's kind of
use a
funny
riot
sometimes
shield.
when you get hit in your equipment, right? You watch the kill cam and this knife sticks in your backpack, but yet you die. It doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
I mean, I guess that's just the way they've made the game, really. But I
Definitely.
mean,
I
I find it
I I
stupid
I
how,
see much more respect in being shot though. Like, okay, yeah, you shot
agreed.
me. It's obviously gonna go through my backpack. You threw a knife into my backpack. I don't really think that's gonna kill me, but whatever floats
No,
your boat.
definitely not. I mean, apparently, I mean, the backpack appears to be gigantic, but I mean, in Call of Duty land, it's, right against your spine and your major arteries, and it kills you instantly.
Definitely, definitely right. Well,
But I
keeping with the
mean,
same topic as silly things in the game, such as throwing knives and, using your melee knife instead of shooting somebody with the assault rifle you have in your hand, right? So I think another thing that's kind of funny is when you're on a map and you're playing something that's search and destroy, which is generally you're supposed to be quiet and kind of stay away from the enemy, and you hear this guy standing next to you reloading. Is that really necessary? I mean,
I mean, yeah, I find it kind of funny that, I mean, if you got people on the team who don't like you, or, I mean, yeah, they don't know you, and they're going to kill you because that's their intent, I don't think it's the brightest idea to yell out, I'm going to reload, guys, and, I don't know, it just doesn't shout intelligence to me at all.
also, my funniest thing in this game, honestly, in Modern Warfare 2, the funniest thing is when the enemy team gets an AC-130 and the announcer for your team screams out, enemy AC-130 in the air. Enemy AC-130 above! Is that necessary? I mean,
No, not at all. I mean, yeah, it's comical. I mean, it like takes away some of the frustration that you have after being spawn killed. Who knows how many times with that kid who just got the AC-130. But it's just overrated, and it, like I said, it's humical. It's comical, not humical. Wow. But
yeah, nice, nice
it's
there. Sorry.
over. It's overused. It really is. It's not needed. I mean, a simple if there's AC-130 in the air is more than
Just
enough.
letting you know, right? Because when you get a nuke, what does the announcer say for you?
I
Tactical
don't.
nuke incoming. Thanks.
Yeah.
There's really no
Yeah, it
need
just
for
says
the
it so
screaming emphasis behind it.
nonchalant.
I think we'll notice the giant airplane firing 40 millimeter rounds at us, but thanks for screaming it also.
Exactly. Thanks for, blowing out my eardrums and making me wet myself, And just what I needed to add on to this huge, flying vehicle shooting at me, trying to kill me. That just adds
Right.
to so much more. It's it's ridiculous, really.